Well guys, the sun rose and the sky is blue, which means that there's a pretty damn good chance that somewhere out there's a YouTuber about to make the worst decision of his life, all on camera. Not sure what it is about having a video or two go viral on YouTube that takes away your critical thinking skills, but I'm sure glad it hasn't happened to me yet. Right? I should go onto the internet and try and trick people who care about my well-being into thinking that I have cancer and I'm dying is hopefully a thought you've never had. Unless you have big aspirations to become a YouTuber one day, which in that case I think is going to work out well for you. I've said this before, but very few things on the internet actually surprise me anymore. I make a lot of videos, I consume a lot of content. I'm pretty used to people being pretty silly on the internet, but one thing that it seems like people for some reason just never learn is not a cool thing to do is faking your death. Now me saying that is very much like an internet thing. I don't think you could find anybody just walking down the street who you could ask, hey, do you think it's cool to fake your death? And then be like, yeah, I've done that before. But for some reason, it just seems disproportionately common when it comes to YouTubers, which is kind of a strange thing to say out loud. But honestly, I think if you asked me, what sort of occupation or what kind of person, what's the common link between the people that you've heard about faking their own deaths, it's gotta be that they're YouTubers. And we've got another one to add to the collection today. Recently, in what had to have been a guided PR move, a YouTuber called One Giant Onion decided it would be a good idea to go onto YouTube and post a video about how he has cancer and he's dying from it when, well, he's not. Now, honestly, calling this guy a YouTuber seems a little bit silly. Half of his channel is just racism bait and the other half is just the worst clickbait you've ever seen. So, I mean, it's not exactly shocking to me that this guy would make this decision, but maybe some of you guys are subscribed to this guy and just don't know how big of a piece of shit he is. And I feel like the average person doesn't really want to be supporting a guy who not only pretends to have cancer for views and money, but when called out for it begins to make jokes about raping dogs. Yeah, that was actually his response, so not really sure what's going on here, but we're gonna find out, okay? Let's begin. Please subscribe.
I really didn't want to make this video. I already told you guys pretty much why I stopped posting on this channel, and I told you everything I pretty much wanted to tell you guys, and I still have my plans on coming back to this channel and posting again and just doing whatever I wanted, and I told you guys that, but I'm not going to be able to do that, and I feel like you guys deserve to know why.
So I see this guy went to the Caroline Consnar School of Acting. At least she had the decency to film part of her elaborate made-up story. This just comes across as a low-effort, I need views right now sort of video. But to be fair, I mean, so does saying the N-word for shock value, which this guy's made a dozen of those videos, so kind of funny to me how this guy's audience is look, being racist and homophobic is fine, but you faked cancer? I didn't know you were a bad guy.
Because there's not going to be another video on this channel. And it's not really my fault, my choice. If it was my choice, I would, keep posting because I still had plans, but
okay, so again, this guy's content is shit like becoming the first person to get canceled in 2025, and it's an 8-second long video where he says he doesn't think P. Diddy did anything wrong. So I find it sort of funny that anybody was able to take this seriously when he's like, oh, I had all these plans, I really wanted to keep going, when his videos are 5 seconds long. It's like, dude, you just sat down for 4 minutes to make this one. That's like a year's worth of content for you.
Guys, they tell you something about life. And I'm sure you guys have seen these comments on YouTube. Everyone says, you got to appreciate what you have because, life goes by too fast and you never know when you're just going to randomly die.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they say. I'm really failing to see what the end game here was. Obviously what happened here was this guy used to get pretty decent views on his videos and then he disappeared for a while, came back and the views weren't the same and he got desperate, so he's like, yeah, let me just say that I'm dying. What happens when you don't die? Did he really just think people were going to be cool with this? Actually, again, I guess that's not that crazy of an assumption considering the fact that all of his subscribers were cool with the shit that he was uploading to begin with. Maybe this guy's not so crazy.
Or have some horrible news happen to you or something. And I've never felt that more than now, bro. It still doesn't even feel real. I'm not the type of guy to really do a GoFundMe or ask for support. I don't even really want to tell you guys what's going on with me. But I went to do a doctor's checkup because I had a lump somewhere that I don't really want to talk about.
I wonder where that could be. Dude's gonna commit to the I have cancer and I'm dying bit, but can't commit to the I found a lump in my testicles bit? Really? Hell, maybe in this made up scenario, it was even in his butt. You're too afraid to say that, dude? Really? Got your priorities fucked up, pal.
But, you know, it's been there for like 6 months, you know, ever since I made this live stream on YouTube like 6 or 7 months ago, and I was changing, and as I was changing, I noticed like a lump, and 6 months later, it never went away. It actually like kept growing a little bit, so I went to the doctors to get it checked out, guys. And, you know, I had a feeling it was gonna go wrong.
Oh my god, cut to the fucking chase, dude. I mean, shit, we don't need your whole life story here, man. Just goes to show how impulsive this decision was, how quickly he decided to do something this rash when he wasn't getting the views he wanted. Not only can you arrive to that conclusion from this being his, like, 3rd upload after an 8-month-long break, didn't even really give it time to recover, but it really seems like he's just making all of this shit up on the spot. Like he didn't even bother to script out the video where he's faking his death. It's a hell of a power move, I'll give him that much.
I don't know how to explain it, but I just had a feeling the news was going to be bad. It was like I was almost waiting for them to just tell me like I got cancer or something. And then like after everything was done, after I got the ultrasound or whatever, they were like, "Oh, in 3 days we'll come back to you with your results." And after it took like a week, then I knew something was up. After it took like a week, because it wasn't supposed to take that long, and I called back with a follow-up.
This guy's clearly never dealt with a doctor before. I'd be more concerned if the doctor called me back 3 days later on the spot. I'd be like, fuck, there is something I need to know. Also, spoiler alert, for some reason, he never like explicitly states what's going on. I don't really understand. Again, like if you're gonna fake your fucking death for YouTube, might as well commit, right? Might as well say you grew a 3rd testicle and you've got a month to live. Like, why not just go all out? You know what I mean? It's kind of silly.
That's when I found out the news. So, like I said, guys, I'm not gonna, you know, ask for money. I'm not gonna do a GoFundMe or anything.
Okay, so seriously? And maybe this is just because I have the gift of hindsight. You know, I didn't really learn about this video until he came out and basically said it was a joke. But, like, how did anybody think this was serious? Or, like, how did anybody believe this? It's like he's doing an improv bit where he's not allowed to say cancer. Also, I like how he keeps saying that he's not going to do a GoFundMe when he's basically doing a GoFundMe with this video. Monetizing a video where you clickbait your own death is essentially a GoFundMe, just like a non-consensual one.
I just felt like you guys deserve to know. I'm not going to be posting on this channel anymore. Because I'm currently battling some pretty bad things right now. But I just felt like you guys deserve to know why I'm not going to be posting. So thanks for watching.
Wow, what a touching and heartfelt video. I wonder what the next video he uploaded onto this channel is like.
Hey guys, unfortunately things didn't quite work out. Things were a lot worse than I originally anticipated, so I just wanted to come on here and say there won't be another video. But if we can still get this channel to 1 million subscribers, I will donate all of my money to one of you lucky individuals. Spread the news.
Yeah, so I guess this guy saw how well the I'm Dying video performed, so he followed it up with the sequel of I Died, and he's basically just trying to farm subs while also like halfway scamming his audience, saying that there's something in it for them. You would think that YouTube would not be like super cool with somebody using their platform to fake their death like at all, but using it this way to try and gain subscribers and therefore money doesn't really seem like something YouTube should let slide, but hey, what do I know? Anyways, like I said, after this video got some backlash as people started to realize he was joking, he uploaded a video talking about raping his neighbor's dog. So why anybody subscribes to or watches anything that this loser puts out, I don't really understand. But then again, I guess I could say that for about half the people who are internet famous. So why waste the time? Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Like I said, I don't really understand the confusion. This guy's been making dog shit, racist, homophobic, incel-adjacent content for like ever. So why people are like, wait, I didn't know you were a bad dude is a little silly to me, you know? I don't really get it. Yeah, faking your death's not like the coolest thing to do, but neither is any of the videos this guy has ever uploaded. So don't really understand the big deal. See ya.